Coming up right now, a special edition of the Best of Animal Outtakes. You'll meet a special group of therapy dogs called the Guardian Angels. And we'll meet some mounted patrol horses and find out how they keep us safe. And feral hogs. They have become a big problem, and despite the best of efforts, they are out of control. All that and more right now on Animal Outtakes. We hope you're having a safe and joyous Thanksgiving weekend. And we have a lot to be thankful for here on Animal Outtakes, especially the love and the companionship of our animal friends. This week, we're taking a look back at some of the best of Animal Outtakes. We start off with a group of highly trained professionals, therapy dogs, from a dedicated group appropriately called Guardian Angels.
Good boy. Very
This
good.
is not your typical obedience class.
Good. Ooh, excuse me.
These dogs are training for a higher purpose. They're training to be heroes.
So it's always good to have them used to, because people are going to not see them because they're supposed to be invisible.
When I pair one of these dogs with a person, it's an amazing transformation that takes place in their life. Not only does their whole life change, but in many cases, we've had dogs that have actually saved their lives.
Garrel Borden is the founder and executive director of the nonprofit group Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs. Since 2010, her organization has helped pair hundreds of dogs with people with disabilities and special needs, improving their lives. The process starts with a puppy and a simple command.
This is Whiskey. He's one of our 13-week-old puppies, and he's already started his training. So he has to say hello. They don't run right out and get right into work mode when they're that age, and that's okay, because we make everything fun.
He is a German Shepherd. Can you sit? Very good, sit. Want to show him how we do paws? Want to do paws?
One of the things that we teach all of our dogs, all the different service dog skills that we teach, the one thing that is consistent is teaching them to do a command we call paws, where they put their front feet up on a chair or a couch or the end of the bed to make it simple for the disabled recipient to put their vest on and off.
Whiskey, here, read paws. Good, paws, very good. Very good. Such a good puppy.
That simple command is the first of many that will come in handy for the person who will end up paired with one of these dogs.
Right, go close the door. Hey, close the door. There, that's with gusto. That was with more gusto. Light. Good. And we use touch lamps, so it's easier for them. Make it brighter. Good. Good job.
Once trained, Carol's staff helps pair these dogs with people who desperately need them. Like Jake Little, a teenager whose genetic disorder keeps him in a wheelchair. He was paired with Jubilee just a month ago.
Jake, would you say that Jubilee is your best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Easily.
Can you remember what your life was like before her?
I mean, I didn't have the confidence to use my wheelchair.
And now?
Well, when I get to use my wheelchair, I always have the feeling that someone's here to help me and stuff. And I can't even imagine what it will be like, because she's not even fully trained yet. She'll learn to pull my wheelchair and like give me independence and retrieve stuff with me, which would be really nice.
We can tell from the moment she, laid her eyes on Jake that her purpose was set. When she puts on her vest, she is so excited and so full of life, and she just wants to serve.
Casey Kelly's dog Nitro has been by her side for over a year now, helping her overcome her battle with bipolar disorder and anxiety.
Prior to getting Nitro, I wouldn't leave the house at all.
What does Nitro do for you in a day's time?
He is with me all the time, and if he catches that I'm getting nervous or fixing to have a panic attack, he can draw my attention away.
So he anticipates.
He can tell the changes in my behavior and of my different scents I make, and he will get my attention to focus on him instead of everything around me that's stressing me out.
Your panic attacks since Nitro has been in your life have decreased?
Oh yeah, I used to have these almost daily, and now it's maybe once a month, and they're not nearly as severe.
Emma, you have Bo as your best friend.
Yes.
What was life before him?
Every day was a battle. It was terrifying. It was just living in a state of total fear all the time.
So what do you do now in a day's time with Bo?
We go to school together. We're attending an art class now. We go to the mall. We just got back from Disney, a week of vacation. He's been with me to the hospital even during those not so fun times, and he's always there, always by my side, ready to help.
Is he always looking for you?
Yeah, I can't go anywhere without
If you
him.
turn a corner, is he right there?
Yep,
Yeah.
he's right by my side.
So why, Carol, why are you so passionate about this? And what made you do this?
When you see the results, when you see people's lives change, they can do things that they couldn't do. It's amazing.
Truly an inspirational story. We are certainly thankful for the work those dogs do. And now we turn to another story of animals helping people, mounted patrol horses, and the important work that they do.
It's a busy day on Siesta Key Beach in Sarasota, Florida, but while the crowds swell, there's a team of officers on patrol. In fact, they're drawing quite a crowd themselves. These horses are part of the Sheriff's Mounted Patrol Unit. Their supervisor, Sergeant Chris Laster, says having these animals on patrol has a real impact on the community.
It really is a great bridge between the public and law enforcement because everybody likes a horse. So it doesn't matter what demographic, what background, people are going to come out and talk to us.
Now, how many horses do you have here?
Right now we have 10 horses and we have 8 riders.
Tell us where you get the horses.
Okay, well we've had horses from all over the place. Most of them have been locally though.
Many of the horses used in the unit have been donated, although Sergeant Laster says they look for some specific qualities in their mounts.
What type of horse makes the cut?
Well, what we look for is what we would consider a big, bold bay and boy. Basically, you know, all of our horses, as you'll see when you look through the barn, are bay or black, which means they're black, obviously, or bay means they're brown with a black mane and tail. And we do that for uniformity so that we all look alike, it looks more impressive, it looks sharper, and it helps us get our job done through the fact that we look more professional, so people are more apt to do what we ask them to do. But for the most part, what we're looking for is a horse with a natural, calm disposition. And we really look for a dressage background because that's really the origins of dressage, is in the respect that it was used for warfare. So a lot of the maneuvers that we use for police work, moving off the leg and side passing and leg yields, is what we use today.
For the deputies on this specialized unit, their day starts long before they climb on the backs of their trusty steeds.
You know, we've got about 3 hours worth of work prior to actually hitting the street or leaving the barn. Normally we'll come in, we'll feed, and as they're eating, we'll start getting our tack and things ready, get that high shined and polished and prepared. Then we'll wash the horses, and when they're drying, we'll get ourselves ready, then we'll tack, and then we'll usually get out on the street, trailer out to wherever we're going. We do all kinds of different things. We'll do anything from neighborhoods, parks, beaches.
While on patrol, the deputies work in pairs, and with these large horses, seeing them on the streets can be rather daunting.
Well, you know, the biggest thing is we work in pairs. And the great thing about a horse is it's actually the least aggressive way to make arrests and to interact with the public because they are animal. Most people really like animals. But the other thing is because they are so big, all of our horses are 16 and a half, 17 hands, sometimes 18 hands. And because of that, they're very intimidating. And so that actually is what helps keep us safe, because when you're looking at a 10-foot officer, it can be intimidating. But again, that helps us get our job done. And these guys are a big part of that.
They are also protected by some laws, are they not?
Yep, they are protected by laws. You know, if anybody purposely harasses or strikes or something like that to a police horse, you know, it's a misdemeanor, and if they injure them, it's a felony.
Do you think that they have, on some level, any idea of the importance that they serve with you?
You know, I know that horses are made to work. It's really a good, that's what they were designed for. And I think they enjoy their job. They like a lot of attention. When we're out, we get a lot of people that come up to us, talk to us, pet the horses. I mean, that's what we're there for. Nobody goes out and pets a patrol car.
We give our special thanks to the Mounted Patrol team for sharing their story. Next, a very unique dog breed, the Chinese Crested. Now, they may not have much hair, but they have plenty of personality. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
People have asked me what it'll cost to restore all the corals back the way they remember. But I have to ask them, what will it cost if we don't do anything?
Welcome back, and we hope that you are enjoying this special edition of the Best of Animal Outtakes. We've done stories about lots of dogs, but none is more unique than the Chinese Crested. And while they may lack hair, they make up for it with lots of love and attention.
When Sarah Perkins Cortese goes out with her dog Kismet, she knows they are bound to meet some new friends.
Well, Kismet, do you have the same hairstylist I do, huh? Yeah? Tell us about this beautiful creature.
Kismet is a Chinese crested hairless, and he's just an incredible boy.
He's just perfect,
He
isn't he?
is. He makes people smile, and that's really one of the things we want to do.
You see, Kismet is a Chinese crested dog, a practically hairless breed known for their tufts of fur on their legs and head.
What is the allure with this beautiful dog?
Well, you know, I think I first learned about this dog from the ugliest dog contest.
Oh.
And I just thought, oh, really? And what it is hairless dogs also have the gene that they have no teeth or less teeth. There's something about this dog that I just fell in love with.
Despite having little to no hair for grooming, these dogs do require some extra care when it comes to their skin.
It's not a lot of work, but you need to shampoo them regularly. I use coconut oil on his skin because they can get skin irritants, the grass, allergies. The best thing I can recommend is just sunscreen if you're out in the sun, or clothes, but to bathe and put oil on him.
Now, he can be out
Absolutely.
in the weather.
Absolutely. He normally will wear a shirt when I take him out. I don't like I brought a shirt with him, but he normally, if he's going to be in the sun for a long walk, I'll put a light little shirt on him.
Despite their name, it's believed the Chinese Crested actually originated on a different continent.
What is the history of a Chinese Crested as you know it?
Well, you know, it's not totally defined. What they believe is that they came from the African hairless dog, and then the Chinese bred them down to be smaller. I think in his case, he might be more of the African.
He got some of the larger genes, that's for
Right.
sure, but you know what? He's solid.
He is.
He's got some muscles. We're not talking any fat here, pal.
While Kismet is hairless, there are some dogs in the breed born with full coats.
In the litter, there can be powder puffs, which are fully coated, long-haired dogs along with the hairless. I just feel very blessed. Kismet came into my life at a really rough time, and he is the most affectionate dog. He loves to go under the covers and cuddle with me, and he's a very sensitive soul.
Still ahead, sustainable food. We'll take you inside the kitchen to see how efforts to control an invasive species includes eating them. That and more when we return.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
I had a cancer. I beat cancer. I kicked cancer.
Using baby powder or talc may lead to ovarian cancer. $72 million was awarded in a recent talc lawsuit after lawyers found secret internal documents showing that the baby powder manufacturer knew about the link between talcum powder and ovarian cancer for decades, but never told the public. If you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder on a regular basis, you may qualify for a cash award. Call 800-793-6621. 800-793-6621.
Our next story is about sustainable food, and it's a growing trend. And we learned about some pretty unique and delicious food sources we had never heard of.
In the farm to fork movement, scientists at Mote Marine Laboratory have the farm part down with their aquaculture park. But it takes restaurants and chefs to offer up the forks, so to speak.
Ed, one of the words that we continue to hear, sustainable. Sustainable,
Sure.
sustainable.
Sure.
What does that really mean to us?
Well, I think, as it relates to food, it's probably the most important movement that I've seen in the 36 years that I've been in business because of what it encompasses. It not only encompasses local, it's not only about that we want to know where our food comes from now, and we want to know ideally who makes our food, and how they produce the food, how they grow the food. When we do that locally in a sustainable way, then that provides a great quality product.
Ed Childs owns 3 restaurants that all have incorporated sustainable products on their menu. One that is particularly exciting is the sunray clam.
This is a clam that's always been here. You always see them when you go down to the beach and you walk around because the predators love them. You see the shells.
After 12 years of research and development, scientists have finally been able to bring the sunray clam to commercial production, much to the delight of shellfish lovers.
They are sweet like conch. The way these have been done, and they're one of the easiest things in the world to cook. You get a hot pan, you put just a touch of olive oil in it. You put those clams in there in that hot pan and let them sizzle, hit them with a little bit of white wine and chicken stock. They open beautifully like a butterfly because they're oblong. And that dish cooks in about 3 minutes.
Oh, it's divine. It is divine. And
sweet.
Can I do this? Because I'm doing
what
it.
we call sopping in the South. That's the best part. A little shell, get the juice.
Unbelievably.
Isn't that nice?
This is heaven.
Another exciting development has been the use of invasive species on the menu. One in particular that is up and coming in the culinary world is the lionfish.
Tell us about these lionfish. They are invasive, they are problems,
They
but
are.
according to you, they are great eating.
They are fantastic eating. They're a very, very mild fish. Their flesh is white. It's almost like a hogfish, if you're familiar with that. They are very delicate and tender. They kind of have maybe a flounder flavor.
Other than the fact that they have venomous spines, Chef Eric Walker says the lionfish is a great fish to work with and delicious on the plate.
Should I?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't wait for me.
Oh my. This is very tasty.
While beautiful to look at, the lionfish are insatiable predators, eating up any kind of fish they come across.
They are heavy predators, and they end up denuding the reefs and eating a lot of the other fish. So they're looking for ways to try to control this. And one of the ways that the best way they find, if you can't beat them, eat them. And so now they're really just trying to find the efficient ways to harvest them.
But there's a problem with making the lionfish as prominent as, say, the grouper or snapper.
They've been very popular, but they're very expensive. Right now, the fillets are about $18 a pound.
Really?
Yeah, and that's super high. So if we can get that price down, if we can get more efficient ways for people to harvest them, then I'm hoping that we can see more restaurants put this on the menu, because for the consumer, it's a heck of a fish.
Another invasive species that's made it from menace to menu is the wild boar.
I think this is about taking lemons the exotic and invasive species and making limoncello.
Really?
I mean, these, and we serve the wild pig in all 3 of the restaurants, but this is a superior, nutty, really got a rich, nice flavor to it. Well, you take that exotic species and you control it. We don't have to take them all out, but we can get the numbers in balance, and we can do that and provide a really top-notch gourmet meat.
Now, Ed, I'm not so sure about this one because I know what they are.
Yep.
But, all right. Oh my goodness. I just forgot what it really was. It's outstanding.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's really good.
So I toast you, Ed. Thank you so much for having us today.
What a pleasure.
It's been wonderful.
Thanks for your interest.
I truly love that story. And what a great job they're doing with sustainable food sources. Up next, feral pigs. They've become a serious threat to the ecosystem, and they're very hard to control. Don't go away.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Roberts. The holiday deals just keep coming. After a busy shopping weekend, retailers are now looking at adding more deals online. Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you what's being offered for Cyber Monday. Josh?
And it's been such a dry November, but it looks like there could be some rain in our forecast. We'll have the details.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Help make the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions come true by attending Christmas in Candyland, Saturday, December 3rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Michael's on East. It'll be a wonderful family event with treats, music, cookie decorating, face painting, and other children's activities, followed by a special visit by Santa. Proceeds benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central and Northern Florida. Get tickets at ChristmasinCandylandSRQ.com. Brought to you by these sponsors and ABC7.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
We just heard about a nuisance under the sea, the lionfish, and now a growing problem on land, feral hogs.
They're rarely seen.
Yeah, it looks like they plowed it up. Yeah.
But the damage left behind by wild pigs is definitely an eyesore.
It will look like somebody came in and completely dug up everything. I mean, you'll have holes like 6 inches deep out there where they have totally used their snouts to push the sod aside to get to what they want.
This is a hog print right here. Due to the size of this print, I would guesstimate this hog here over 100 pounds.
These feral hogs have been known to root up neighborhoods, taking manicured lawns and turning them into tilled messes.
Well, looks like we got some fresh rooting here. Take a look at that. Now these hogs are coming all the way up to these houses now. They're getting braver and braver.
The wild boars aren't even native to this country. They were brought over by early settlers. Since then, they've run amok, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake.
This, once you get back to where hogs live, every inch of soil, if you were to walk back here and hike, is going to be destroyed. Everything's destroyed. Every inch of your woods. And for most of Florida backcountry, this is what you see. And Mayaca, Arcadia, and most of Florida. Once you get off trail, this is what you're going to find.
So what are they digging for anyway? Well, they're looking for their next meal, be it plants or insects.
When they're back here, we're under oak trees right now. They're eating acorns. They're rooting for acorns. Once they start to dwindle down that food supply, they go out into the open areas, and that's where they're looking for the grubs and stuff like that.
And when they're not out digging for dinner, they spend their days trying to stay cool.
Yep, this is what you call a hog wallow, and this is what the hogs will create and lay low to stay cool, usually in the hotter times of the year, most of the year.
Wildlife trappers have their work cut out for them, as these animals are showing up in more and more residential areas, much in part to the building boom.
As land is being developed, it is driving them out of their natural habitats. So even though the homes and land is being developed, it's still, the pigs have nowhere to go. So they're looking and searching for food high and low because their territory has been taken over.
I would say within the last, they've always been a problem, but I would say within the last 3 years with residential, has exploded. I used to trap full-time on ranches, forestry departments and stuff like that. Now I stay busy doing residential. I got a trap right here. They have not hit the corn last night that I put out.
The most humane way to get rid of feral hogs is to trap them.
So this is the hog trap, a design that I did myself. I mean, all traps are pretty basic. So I'll have a cable running to the door. It comes over here, it runs straight down, nothing bothers it. But when the hogs are in here and they're rooting, the door shuts and the game's over.
But these animals are very intelligent and will sometimes catch on to the game.
They're very smart. Hogs are smarter than dogs. Their sense of smell is crazy. They learn very, very quickly. Right now, I think we do have what we call trap smart hogs. They've seen a trap before. They know what's going on. So the next step here will be snares.
When it comes to preventing some of the destruction from wild pigs, the easiest thing to do is to treat your lawn.
Get your yard treated for grubs and worms and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's going to stop the problem. They might hit your yard once or twice and leave. If they're finding food there, they're going to come back every night, every night, every night. It's going to get bigger and bigger and become a problem.
There is no official count on how many wild pigs are roaming around out there, but it's believed that the population is continuing to grow.
I trapped, honestly don't know. It would be well beyond hundreds, I would think. I've lost count a long time ago.
Do you think it's making a difference?
I think this might have helped that much.
Well, that wraps it up for this week. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you've learned a thing or two and had some fun along the way. I'm Marcia Panucci, and we'll see you again next week on Animal Outtakes.
Okay, Marcia, pretend like you're washing your Mercedes, okay? There you go.
Okay.
Ever wonder what it feels like to cross home plate in front of a cheering crowd at a Major League ballpark? Hi, I'm Bob Harrigan, and now you can find out when you join Save Our Seabirds, the Baltimore Orioles, and ABC 7 for Run for the Birds. December 4th at Ed Smith Stadium, the 5K 1-mile fun run will end at home plate and be followed by a festival with live music, food, and fun. Proceeds benefit Save Our Seabirds, whose mission is to rescue and rehabilitate sick and injured birds. Register today at raceroster.com.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
ABC 7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1. ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.